What's up everyone, welcome back. Got another Lightroom tutorial, another orange and teal color grade. So yeah, we're working with drone shots. We've got some bright whites, bit of a fade, and yeah, we're really enhancing those sunset colors using some filters, adding in quite a bit of softness, and we are going to be working with this shot right here, really bringing out those clouds and those colors. So yeah, you guys can go give him a follow down in the description. As always, I'll put his links down there, and you guys can also check out his presets that he offers you guys. If you really like this style, go check those out. So yeah, let's get into Lightroom, see if we can create something like this. Okay, so turning this image into this one here, first thing I might do, bring down the contrast a tad, highlights. There's going to be a lot of filters in this one, so there's going to be a lot of going back and forth between filters and colors and exposure. Shadows, we're going to bring all the way up. As you can see, there's a lot of detail in those darker areas. Whites, I'm going to bring down a lot, because I'm going to bring out the whites in the filter I'm going to put over the water and in the sky, as I don't think there's that many whites in the middle there. Blacks, gonna bring down a bit. Clarity, we have a real creamy, soft looking look, so just going to give that a little bit down. Same with dehaze. Just going to put a touch of it in there. Bring up vibrance. A bit of saturation. And we'll just do a nice fade. As you can see right there's a nice fade in the image. So bringing up the black point, bringing down the shadows, Okay, so before and after so far, looking good. So before we do the colors, I might just do some filters and then maybe have to go back and forth between them. So I am gonna grab this for the sky. I'm gonna put it right on the horizon. But then it's affecting the mainland, as you see, so we'll remove that soon. And I'm going to bring up the warmth. Going to make those whites pop. Blacks will give the edges of the clouds a bit more contrast. We'll try some dehaze. Dehaze will give the clouds a bit more shape as well. Okay, looking okay for now. Might just flick one down here for the water. Exposure. Put a bit more blue in there, maybe. And as you can see, the real bright bits, the whites are really popping. So bring up the whites. Okay, I'm gonna try to do some colors now. So onto the hues. Actually split toning. I want to put a bit of blue. Just check I got the warmth right. Yeah. We're gonna put a bit of blue into the shadows before we do some colors. Right, because we're really going to try to warm it up. Going to find these yellows, shift them all the way across, greens, just adjust the sky. So looking too purple. Back to colors. Saturation. I'm going to really pop the oranges and yellows. Luminance. We need to really brighten up the yellows and oranges, so hit luminance there. Deepen some of these blues a tad. Just give a slight bump to these. That's looking alright. We'll go back to this filter down here. Might just add in a bit more of a teal. So if you add in green, it will go more teal. And then I want it maybe, looks about right. Okay, so one more filter I want to do is this side here. As you can see, there's this nice haze and whites and rays coming from this side. So grabbing filter, going to boost exposure. The main thing going on is going to be adding in some haze. Saturation. And just to keep a bit of contrast, I'm going to drop the blacks. As you can see what that does. And then a bit more of a pop to those whites. I think that looks alright. Okay, looking pretty good. So before this top one, you can see how it's slightly affecting the top of the hill there. If I turn on, that's everywhere it's affecting. We don't want it to affect the very top there. So if you've got your filter selected, come up here to brush, not up here, but to this bit here. And then if you click erase, if you turn this back on, you can brush away the area the filter is affecting. Done. I might just do the same for this one down here. So we don't want it to affect the land at all. So up here, erase. Cool. One thing I might do So if I grab a brush, I might just add in a bit more blue into this water. So if I brush along here, just drop the temperature, add a bit more blue into there. Right, so one thing, another brush, I'm just going to brush up the top here. I just want to remove a few shadows up there, so bringing up exposure, and to keep the contrast, you need to bring up the contrast whenever you add exposure, otherwise it gets all flat looking. And then bit of saturation. Okay, looking good. There's some radial filters I want to do. So over on the edge here, there's a bit more of an extra haze and pop. So I'm going to do another one. And I am going to increase the dehaze. For that one. And I want to add a little more to the horizon. So what I'm going to do is just do a big... I just want the horizon to pop a little. I think it looks a little dull. Bit of extra warmth. Maybe a bit of extra purple. Just to enhance the sunset colors. And then to give them a bit more shape, some dehaze. Think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I might just leave it there. Sort of screwed up this filter. I brushed away too much brightness there, so I might just add it back in. Sky looking a little too purple maybe, or a bit too saturated. Bring the highlights up a bit. I think that looks a little better. And if you wanted to control these bits that are blowing out a bit too much, might just want to bring your white point down a bit. Or just brush over them. Yeah, that's about it, guys. I might just leave it there. And yeah, you guys can definitely check out my presets. I'm really happy with all the feedback I'm getting from those. You guys are really liking that there's just a lot of them, so you guys can systematically go through them and see the differences of, say, a moody preset to a portrait preset or orange and teal. And it's really helping you guys, by the sounds, learn the differences between getting a different look. So yeah, I might just leave it there, guys. Quite happy with this one. Might just try to fiddle around, bring that, keep it there. Maybe I am going to leave it there, guys. So I hope you guys liked this one. If you did, let me know down in the comments. Definitely check out the presets if you're liking these tutorials, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Here's a before and after.